All right, y'all, I'm here, Real Housewives of Miami, episode 3. Welcome to Miami, something, something, yummy, yummy. Anyway, so we leave off we picked up where we left off last time, okay? So last time we left off with Alexia starting to explain why Peter, her oldest son, and Todd, her fiance, got into it. So now we get a little bit more into it, because I told y'all last time, I need to know what was said, how it was said, so I can make a fair judgment here. Now, this is what Alexia said. Alexia said that Todd, after everything happened with Frankie, Todd told Peter that he would be a loser like his father. And with all of that money that Herman left him, he did absolutely nothing. And so then Alexia goes on to her confession to pretty much say, like, look, ain't nobody about to come in between me and my son. And if Todd cannot work it out with Peter, if they can't work this shit out, I'm not marrying him if this is not resolved. And I got in my notes in all capital letters, Todd is out of pocket. Not your kid or motherfucking place. Let me tell you something about some of you step parents. And I understand it's a hard line. It's hard to balance that line. But this is where Todd mostly messed up at. First of all, Todd, Peter's a grown-ass man. He's not a child. Todd is 2 years older than me. He's a grown-ass man. I wish my mama would get married to some man, and some man got the nerve to talk sideways to me about something that, to be quite honest, really ain't got nothing to do with you. When you and my mama both seen us downstairs smoking, and now you got something to say about me? Absolutely not. So I can understand why Peter don't fuck with Todd, because Todd out of pocket. And I absolutely respect Alexia 10,000% for being like, you need to clean that shit up with my son or we're not getting married. Because there's so many women that would be like, oh, well, they just don't get along. It's one thing if they just don't, care for each other. But in a situation like that, Todd is completely out of pocket. That's not your kid, bruh. And even if that is your kid, he's a grown-ass man. You do not talk to him like that. You don't know his story to say that he's going to be a loser like his father. First of all, other than what you hear from Alexia, you don't know anything about that man's father, and you don't speak ill of the dead, and you damn sure don't speak ill of the dead to that person's son. Have you lost your mind? And number two, to say that, oh, Herman left all of this money for you, da-da-da-da-da. You don't know what that man been through. You've been around for 5 years, okay? Keep it cute. Let's keep it real cute. Have you, other than trying to get him a job, which is cute or whatever, why didn't that work out? Why didn't you help him? Why didn't you push him to where he needed to be pushed? Mind your business. That shit had me so mad. Because that shit's out of pocket, bruh. You're not even technically this man's stepfather yet. You are his mother's boyfriend, his mother's fiance now. Baby, when I'm telling you, if I was Alexia, I would have snapped out so hard on Todd. I would have snapped out, because you're out of pocket, my nigga. The fuck's wrong with him? What's wrong with him? So they go to dinner or whatever after she tells them everything that happens. Larsa asks, like, who was Colombian at the table, and I think that's Alexia, Nicole, and Marisol. And she was like, have you guys heard of, like, this little penal implant? And they all like, yes. So apparently down in Colombia, there's this common procedure, I guess, where men put like give themselves like a penile implant, and it's like to give more pleasure or something like that. I don't know, but that's crazy. I'm interested, but that's crazy. So they talk about that. Then Alexia talks about how she's gonna go to they're having a Pride event, and how she's going because she's gonna be accepting an award because she's been an ally for the LGBT community. Lord knows Larsa had a hard time saying that. That's hilarious. And she's like, and most people don't even know why. The reason why I'm such a big advocate is because I found out once my father died that he was gay. I said, girl, you want to know what? And I put this on Twitter. I said, what Alexia needs to do is call Ava DuVernay and call Michael Bay. And the reason I'm saying Michael Bay is because we need him for the explosions and stuff. Alexia's entire life is a movie. Like, you can literally do like a docu-series on her life. You can do a sick 4-part Lifetime biopic on her life. Or you could do like a sickening HBO Max limited series. Her life is insane. Do you hear me? It's insane. And it's like, it's not stopping. I really want, Alexia, I'm serious. You can call me and tell me, girl, we need to get your movie done expeditiously. Because, woo, girl, your life is amazing. So anyway, then we go to Larsa, and Larsa is at her old house, and she's selling her house. So I forgot, whatever famous guy realtor comes and is walking around her house. Now, originally they was gonna put the house up for $12 million, but I guess Scotty said that he wanted $14 million. Also, we found out in the midst of this that Larsa and Scotty did not have a prenup, so she will be in half everything. So like she said, she's fine. That's what makes me really feel like with the whole OnlyFans thing. Now pause. I think it's two things. Either A, you're doing OnlyFans because you like the attention. Well, obviously you like the attention. But monetarily, is it that the reason why you're doing that is because y'all are still in the midst of trying to separate everything out, so you need money in the meantime? That would make sense to me. I'm gonna say that that's the answer, because otherwise I don't understand why she's on OnlyFans. There's no point other than pure attention, because you got the money anyway. So why the guy, I don't know, but the funniest part of this whole scene was that the guy was calling the entire house dated and ugly as fuck, and that was so true. The fucking furniture, like, you could tell nobody has been in that house for quite some time, because the furniture, like you said, outdated as hell. Like you said, this don't look like no $14 million house. Like, yes, it's a big house. It's a nice big house, but furniture sells it, period. He says, he was like, if you want $14 million, you're going to have to put in, meaning you're going to have to update the fuck out of all of this furniture, or buy or call somebody to stage your house, because everything in here is dated and it's ugly. And that was funny to me. So then we have Alexia and Gertie. They go and they sit down and they talk. Now, at the dinner that they had, Adriana brought up, she was like, is it true? Because I don't know if she told them. Yeah, she did tell them about meeting his lover or whatever. But I think Adriana was like, somebody told me at Herman's funeral that he died having sex. Now, she didn't say anything then. She was just like, oh, well, if he went out that way, I hope I'd do the same. But she said at dinner or at lunch with Gertie that she was a little bit upset that Adriana said that, because that wasn't necessary. And then they talk about Alexia's sons potentially walking her down the aisle and how she has to talk to Peter about that. Then we go to Nicole and Lisa. They're having a play date, and we learn a little bit more about Nicole. Her father was in jail for 7 years for like money laundering and stuff like that, and you know, all of the assets was taken, but her mama held it down, and that's why she's the woman who she is today. Good for Nicole. Then we get to Prad, okay? Larsa cannot say LGBT, and why can't people say it? Like, why is it so hard for people to say that? I don't know, but she couldn't say it for shit. That was funny. Adriana and Julie, I told y'all, I want them to just and get it over with. Let Martina look, let her join, however y'all want to figure it out. And I seen the previews, baby. This shit's about to be so good, this whole thing with Adriana and Julia, because I seen the previews for the rest of the season. Martina's not with the shits. She's not with the shits, so she's about to call it out. I love good lesbian drama. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. Anyway, let's keep going. So, like I said, they flirting all crazy over there. Like, they doing a lot. And then I felt the interesting that Julia was like, oh, like, you know, Martina, she knows that I'm very flirtatious. Like, I'm a really flirtatious person, but I better not see her flirting with anybody or anybody flirting with her. It was like, oh, okay, I see the type you are. Got it. Written down. Noted. So Alexia gets her award. That was cute or whatever. Alexia, Marisol, and Kiki. Marisol and Kiki go over to Alexia's place. That was, I think Frankie is so adorable. I love him so much. He's so adorable. And that all that was about is Alexia telling them that the guy is back from vacation and he's ready to talk. So that wasn't much. So then we move on to the art show. So like y'all know, as y'all know, the last time that Julia and Adriana was together was because they were getting paintings together that Martina does so that Adriana could set up a art show for her. So she did. So first of all, I found it interesting that when they was getting ready to go, right, Martina and Julia, they're at the house and Julia's getting dressed. So Martina, you know, see that she got a little cleavage showing, and she was like, you want to like cover that up a little bit? And she was like, what? And she's like, you don't want to cover that up a little bit more? And I'm like, oh, No, girl, bullshit. In the sense of, if Martina is so like conservative to the point where she wants you to cover up a little bit of cleavage that you had because it wasn't a whole lot, I know damn well she wouldn't be with the shits with you flirting with Adriana the way that you are. Interesting. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So, then we go to the art show, and Adriana introduces us to her date, Jacob, and how she's not fucking for 3 months because, you know, y'all know that whole rule. Anyway, so then Julia and Martina show up. Baby, she didn't even have to say anything. When Adriana introduced her to Jacob, Julia's whole face red. Bitch, excuse me? You got a man? What? And she said in her confessional that she was a little upset. She said she wasn't, that she was just a little bit upset because how am I supposed to be like your best friend and you didn't tell me that you was still on somebody? Girl, that is not your best friend. That is your best wannabe lover. That's what it is. And you was jealous, and I thought it was cute. Like, I mean, granted, Julia's married, but I still thought it was cute that she was jealous, and Audrey ended up picking up on that later too. But anyway, so then Adriana realizes that she accidentally invited somebody else that she was messing with too, so she asked, I think it was Kiki and Lisa, if they could like just kind of help her keep that separated. Larsa, that's who it was. It was Kiki and Larsa. Sorry, Kiki and Larsa. So Larsa shady ass, when they all upstairs together, and Adriana was introducing them to her second date, Larsa gonna come out her mouth and be like, oh yeah, so how long y'all been dating? And Adriana was like, Larsa, like, shut the fuck up. And it's like, Larsa, you did that shit on purpose. You heard the girl say she got 2 dates. And now you go to the parent, ask, well, how long have y'all been dating? Like, they've been exclusive. Shut up, Larsa. Shut up. You want to be seen and you want to be heard. Shut up. And so then Adriana then introduced her second date to Julia. Now, at this point, Julia gets real upset. And she said in her confessional, I'm not jealous, but I'm just, she's like, annoyed. That's the word. I'm annoyed because this is supposed to be about Martina. And you're making it about you and your date. Why would you do that? I don't think she was making it about her and her dates. I really don't, because I didn't see Adriana walking around like making a whole party about, oh, I got 2 dates. Oh, I got 2 dates. Oh, I got 2 dates. No, like I felt like it was still about Martina. You were jealous because your boo had 2 dates and it wasn't you. That's what you was mad about, and it's cute. But stick to that, and also make sure that Martina don't find out, because Martina will whoop your ass, it seems like. Not really, but you know what I mean? Like, she'll snap the fuck out and she's not really with the shits. Y'all get in the comments though. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think that Julia and Audrey have already bumped cooches? Or do you think they've kissed at the bare minimum? What you think they did? Because I think they did something. And if they didn't do something, they super, super close to it. Yeah, y'all tell me. Get in the comments. Bye.